That's called humbleness. Completely humble. A true leader. And let's just say she found success in a timely fashion. I mean, she was second place and she just started. Probably created the fastest success in the pro history, or one of them. And not to mention, she is on her way to doing phenomenal things, not just in pro league, but in the world, because you know why? You guys are what it's about. And I know what she brings to her team. So without any further ado, I want to bring up here Ann Sieg. Give a nice warm welcome. Well, this is Ann, everybody. Ann, say hello.
Hi, greetings, everybody.
Now,
excited to be here.
That's awesome. I love being up here, by the way, and especially to have you up here, Ann. And it's, you know, it was nice connecting with you. It's like I almost got plugged in with somebody who had, I mean, how many years have you been in the industry?
It's been about 6 years for internet marketing within the attraction marketing industry. 25 for network marketing.
So listen, being a marketing partner has its privileges because you get to work with people like Ann as well. But Ann, I want to know, I guess, what can you tell me? How did you use me, or the marketing partner outsource option, to help your business?
Well, it started with, I don't know if Jay called me or emailed me and basically said, Justin the Wolfman is my marketing partner. So, anyways, I'm into something called leverage. Anyone else here into leverage? Everyone understand the concept? That's the whole idea behind internet marketing is automation and leverage, right? I like maximum leverage. So when I know that someone has something that I can leverage through to get results faster, I'm all over it. And, you know, doing a top tier program, I've done launches and had upsells in the high ticket price items, but not so much that we were selling top tier on an ongoing basis off a low price point item. So in comes Justin, and I thought, absolutely. So we got to get to know each other, and there's two different components that I see to this. Yes, there is the opportunity where the marketing partner works with your leads to upsell them, and especially into ProU, the top tier program, which we did hit 76% conversions in July from medium price point $395 to ProU. So right now we're averaging 51% from bid to ProU. But my main objective, I have to tell you, when we made our decision to join ProU, my son and I, my business partner, that was in May, we had a number of conversations, and we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I have to admit, I really didn't know a whole lot about Carbon Copy Pro, and definitely not about ProU. But here's what's impressed me more than anything, and something that may be difficult to appreciate if you're newer, but it's the leadership community. And that's the higher value asset that you're tapping into, is the leadership community. Michael Forrest and Andrew Cass and Aaron and Sophia Rashkin and the Loyal Line and iGlobal Pro and on and on. And that was really the bigger thing that I was tapping into. And so I'm a sponge when it comes to learning. I'm a virtual sponge, and I will suck up everything I possibly can as fast as I possibly can. So with Justin, it wasn't so much that I wanted Justin closing my sales. I wanted to learn. And so I would get into webinars and watch and everything like that. And probably my biggest takeaway was what I call reverse engineering. And it's when you did the numbers, and I love numbers. I absolutely love numbers. I have a calculator by me every day. I'm crunching the numbers. And so I saw the reverse engineering exercise like that. I like that. I like that a lot. And so I incorporated that into my webinar sales funnel, and then I expanded that on the front end and the back end of my whole webinar system funnel. This whole concept of where do you want to be 6 months from now, and then we reverse engineer it, because it is going to come down to your numbers at the end of the day. So we incorporated in the reverse engineering. That was probably my biggest takeaway in watching you and how you worked with the prospects, my leads. And so I incorporated that into everything that we're doing. The reverse engineering, if you're not sure what that means, is just projecting where you want to be 6 months from now or a year or whatever your time benchmark is, and then you've got to work the numbers backwards from there so that you know on any given day when your feet hit the floor, when you wake up in the morning, you know exactly what you need to do to get the job done. How many of you know? Do you know exactly down to the number of leads?
Raise your hands if you know how many leads a day you have to go to hit your goal. You understand the level of clarity?
20%, 30%. That's what it comes down to, because all of you have to learn to generate leads, and you need to get that converting as high as you possibly can so you lessen your workload on the front end, which is lead generation. So I just absorbed everything I possibly could as fast as I could, and then I put it right into my marketing.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. Now, I guess the second thing I have to ask you is, what is responsible for your success at this point? Because I know, like, you know, I gave you a few strategies, but I'm not the reason. So why don't you share with them what you feel that biggest strength or most responsible aspect of who you are or your business that they can take away?
You gotta be pretty darn determined. You can't be a slack. Being a slack, I mean, that's no big mystery, is it? I'm very determined. When I set my mind to do something, I'm going to do it. And that's just the way I'm at. And you know, there is a phrase, Justin, that you used, showing up in your business. You have to show up in your life, and you have to begin to lead yourself. So I'm going to just relate a little story about that. It was back when I was a frustrated, struggling network marketer. I had done everything I could do, you know, and then I hit the proverbial brick wall, which was I ran out of leads. I ran out of people to talk to. And then I was advised to go online and find answers. And I became someone's lead. He happens to be in this room, and he now works with me. He's calls my applicants. Where is he? Kurt Johnson. Maybe he's not in the room right now. In any case, I became his lead, and I got into a membership program. This is back in 2004. Back in 2004. And I had worked too hard, 2 years building my business, time away from my family. Now, I know a lot of you raised your hands earlier when Greg Davison asked you to raise your hands if you work full time. How many of you was that? Go ahead and raise your hands. Okay. Well, I was homeschooling my kids, and I was also helping my husband to run his business, and we're also into real estate investment. So I was really, really, really busy. And I worked my business, my network marketing business, really hard for 2 years. I mean, I go all out. I just go all out, and I ran into challenges, and I went online. I became someone's lead. And in this particular program, it was a membership site, and there was training. And I was surfing through that site, and I found a program that they said was hard, and it was challenging. And I thought, sign me up, that'd be for me. And so I signed up for that program, and it was a certification program, and I had to hit a certain number in order to be certified. So I went all out, and I reached that. Now, I don't know if any of you noticed, Elon and Guy this morning, I can't remember if it was them who said about benchmarking. Maybe someone earlier talked about benchmarking. Does everyone know what benchmarking is? It's different than goal setting. Does everyone benchmark in their business? Okay, you should all be benchmarking. Thank you, someone back there. I learned that from the sports world. I was a coach for 15 years, and I was always benchmarking. My push-ups, my pull-ups, everything was benchmarked. And I just was extremely religious about my numbers in the sports world. I took that same discipline into the business world, because that's essentially what you become as a business athlete. And it's tough stuff. You have to develop your athleticism. And so with that, what I really liked was there was a benchmark. I had to bring in 50 people in this case. Who knows what the first benchmark here is in Pro League? L1. And how many people do you have to bring in? 10, and there's some other qualifications. How many of you have that as your goal, and have you reverse engineered it so when you know when you're going to reach L1? Okay, I see one hand up. Oh man, there should be a whole lot more hands going up. That's called benchmarking, and you should have a specific date in mind when you're going to hit L1, and you should know how many leads you're going to have to generate in order to hit L1. Now, a lot of you may be saying, well, I don't know how many leads I'm going to have to generate, Ann. Well, you better start generating them and then start testing and getting your results. But all of you should be striving to reach L1. And that becomes your first benchmark. Now, I was at the 10 for 10 leadership workshop. Is that the right name for it?
10 for 10 workshop.
10 for 10. And Guy, you guys, you're back, aren't you? Yeah. So I know it was really inspiring because they knew that, I don't know if you guys call it benchmark, but they're like, we're making it to 10 for 10. We're hitting L1. And I don't know if you guys noticed when they walked off the stage this morning, I watched, and they did a little happy dance hug over there. That's fine. And you should. And so all of you should be benchmarking and setting a goal, and you reverse out of that. How many leads you generate per day, maybe you have to say per week, per month, whatever. But it's just like the sports world. If you haven't been in sports, it's exactly like that. And you need to do that in business. So, extreme dedication, perseverance. No, I didn't quite finish the story. It kind of leads to the next question. Should I go right there?
Well, any other tips you want to share with me?
I'll share a tip from that. So, here's the thing. The most motivated people in the world, it is not about them. It's about someone else. So when I went through this program, this was 2 years ago. Okay, I had 2 kids that was still homeschooling. My eldest had graduated, and I got the business with my husband, and we're doing real estate investment. Here's what I knew. When I went through that program, my boys were not going to see their mom fail. No way. That was the absolute most important thing to me. Yeah, it was to generate income. But you guys all know money follows after you develop skills, right? You have to build value first, and then the money comes in. It doesn't start with the money. It starts with a commitment to developing yourself out. Because it was Robert Kiyosaki who taught me, you don't do it for the money you're going to make, you do it for the skills you're going to learn. That's why I jumped into that program, Lickety Split. They said it was hard and challenging. Sign me up. And you should look at it the same way too. It's not going to be easy and just roll right in your lap. You're going to have to really think. Marketing is a thinking man's game, or a thinking woman's game. So, it was role modeling. And my family joined me in business. My eldest son became my business partner as well as my husband. People don't follow you until you start leading first. So, you have to have a very strong reason for why you're doing what you're doing.
Absolutely, and well, I couldn't have said it better, and I just want to say that don't stop doing what you're doing because I'm learning from you, and it's helping. And this is what this community is about, guys. It's about true masterminding, true servant leadership. She is a great example of that. The marketing partners are a great example of that. So, Ann, thank you so much.